All right, guys. World Collides in the books. So let's see here. Okay. 24/7 Lou,
Yeah.
you get a point. One Man
Yeah.
Band,
Yeah.
you get a point. Rick,
Woo!
Rick Hard, yeah, you get a point. Woo! Main Event Jeff. Oh.
Welcome to Tfspod, always on the Few Show podcast. It's 24/7 Lou, and that's
Rick Hard, we ran out of points.
and that's
The one-man band, because we took them all.
there we go. Yes, folks, let me tell you something. From the highest mountain to the lowest valley and everywhere in between, we are the beasts of the east, the best in the west. You are listening to Tfspod, your girlfriend and your pet's favorite show, and they know it, and so do you. So yes, in this episode, we will be doing a recap of NXT's Worlds Collide, which was a good night for wrestling. On that one, it was a 4:00 p.m. show, and before we get to that, the One-Man Band, give us that line that everybody loves.
Rick Hard, get the scoreboard!
All right, folks. With Worlds Collide, we have still in the lead.
Yeah.
24/7 Lou at now 13 points.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Not a lucky number, but my understanding is you don't stay at that number for long. But okay. Followed by myself at 12 points.
Ooh. Yeah.
And then close behind us, now in an undisputed third, we've got the One-Man Band at 9 points.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Right on the cusp.
One more.
Right on the cusp of double digits. Yep. Still tied for fourth place is J Few and Main Event Jeff at 7 points. They like that number so much they've been stuck at it for 2 months and counting. Then you've got Big Al at 4 points, followed by the randomizer at 2 points. Not a good year for the randomizer, but a great year for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else is at 0.
Including Bogey.
Yeah.
That's the scoreboard. Back to you, Lou.
Yep. NXT Worlds Collide, that means one of them is going to be destroyed, which was, I guess this was, again, I said it in the prediction show, and I'm going to say it again. Why didn't they do this show in Cardiff or in UK? Because you're having UK guys fighting NXT guys. And what was the reason for that you said, Rick Hard?
Because the UK guys were going to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, something like that was going to happen because I thought that this would have been a good send-off for NXT UK until they open up NXT Europe. This would have been a good send-off show in the UK for all the UK fans to see all,
but forget
all their
that.
favorites.
Forget that. WWE showed the night before that they don't care if people from UK lose. They're like, yeah, we don't care if the hometown guys lose. So they could have easily done this in Cardiff.
I know, man. I know. But no, it was held up in the Performance Center in Orlando. Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, there we go. Or was it Tampa? I don't know. I get confused. Central Florida. Anyway, let's start off with the first match we had for the North American Championship. Carmelo Hayes versus Ricochet. And
not Irish, by the way.
yeah,
not Irish.
I like pronouncing it that way. Ricochet. Anyway, I actually, for the predictions battle, I went first on this one, and I picked Carmelo Hayes on this one. And what is it? Everyone except the randomizer had picked Carmelo Hayes, the Waheel.
Yes, that is correct.
So, yeah, I'll explain this one why I picked it, because there was no sense of having Ricochet down there in NXT to battle for a championship. There's nothing that was really set up for this except on the Go Home show, I believe. So this made no sense in having Ricochet all of a sudden become the the North American NXT champion, unless you were going to bring up Carmelo Hayes up or something. So, I thought that was a whole mess up. And I saw right through that booking. Yeah, Carmelo Hayes did win this one. It was an exciting match. I did see some of it. I didn't see all of it. So, what was your take on it, Rickard? You saw this matchup, right?
Yes. So, a lot of flippy moves.
Oh, yeah.
This was the
Who would love
flashy.
this?
Jim Cornette definitely wouldn't have loved it. I enjoyed it. They had a neat spot where they both went for a springboard. We were debating what it was, but I say it was crossbodies because that's the only thing that makes sense in the context of what they did. They both went to opposite ends of the ring. Springboard collision right into each other off the dive.
Yeah,
both of them.
they were doing mirror images of each other's moves at that point.
Yep. Jumping
I remember
around, flips, cartwheels, you name it. Ultimately, I do want to say this though, Lou. Based on what I can tell, the whole concept of being called up has been done away with because, as we saw, Johnny Gargano's announced match for Monday Night Raw is going to be a debut match. It's not a NXT call-up. It is a in-ring return on Raw, which means they're treating NXT like an equal show now. So, and Ricochet does not look out of place on NXT. I think he's going to be staying on NXT actually, from what I could tell, because the booking in this match does not suggest anything's over whatsoever.
Okay.
Because Ricochet came real close, and he lost under some very shady shenanigan finish due to outside interference. So probably going to see a rematch, and I'm looking forward to it.
Alrighty. So let's go to the next matchup we had, which was, I believe, the tag team matches. Hold on one second, let me just double check here. It was the NXT and UK Tag Team Championship unification match, where you had the Creed brothers, Brutus and Julius Creed, with Damon Kemp in their corner, versus Brooks Jensen, Josh Briggs, with Fallon Henley in their corner, versus Gallus, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang, versus Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince, and Kit Wilson, with Lash Legend in a fatal four-way elimination match to unify the NXT Tag Team Championship and the NXT UK Tag Team Championship. Give me some oxygen. That was a long read. I missed a lot of Worlds Collide matches. Did you
I have commentary for this match.
All right, what do you have for this one? How about you, One Man Band? Did you catch some of this?
No, I didn't, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. It was a 4:00 thing. I was very busy. It's a heavy night of wrestling. Heavy night.
Heavy weekends overall.
Yeah, it was. So, well, yeah.
All I was missing was for Impact to do a show, but regardless, I just want to say I knew that neither one of the champions were going to walk away with the titles. I said it on the show. I went bold, and what did they do? No. Like the booking.
Yeah. You picked Gallus. You have picked Gallus.
The booking was there. I picked Gallus, and everybody was saying, "Oh,
you and the wheel have picked Gallus."
He's copying the randomizer's pick. No,
yes,
I didn't copy the randomizer's pick. I saw the writing on the wall. The Creed brothers were not going to retain, and I said the same thing about the NXT UK champions. I said they're not going to retain either. Matter of fact, they were eliminated first from the match.
Wow.
Which I said was perfect booking. I was like, yes, they're getting the exact treatment. They're setting up the expectations perfectly. It's going to be Creed brothers, and they're going to go up against someone who's not a champion at the finals, and they're going to lose it. What happened? Gallus eliminates Brooke Jensen and Josh Briggs. They eliminate the UK Tag Champs. They look like they're on fire. They're taking down the Pretty Deadly. And then Creed brothers come back in and get a damn pin over Gallus.
Ooh.
Which really sets them off. They're forming a tantrum, and I'm just like, and everybody in the crowd was also thinking the same thing. They're like, oh my gosh, they should have made it to the finals because that would have actually been a good match for the finals. But apparently they want to make us wait for that confrontation. Mm-hmm. Anyways, Gallus has to be escorted by security to the back, and they're punching security and all that stuff. And then
My
it comes
God.
down to Pretty Deadly versus the Creed brothers. At some point, Gallus makes its way to the back again. I think they're fighting the UK tag champs also when they're doing this. So they're all brawling on the outside of the ring. Who is it? The Creed brothers get distracted. We get a ref bump. One of the security guard gets pushed into the ref.
Hold on, but so who were the last two teams in there? Pretty Deadly and Creed Brothers?
Yeah, Creed brothers and Pretty Deadly were the last two teams.
Wait a minute.
Which I immediately
didn't the Creed Brothers beat the Pretty Deadly for the
Yes.
championship?
Yes, they did. Let me finish. As soon as Gallus got eliminated, I said, "Oh my gosh, Creed brothers are going to retain. Lou's going to get a perfect, even though it doesn't give him double points. Lou's going to get a perfect." Sure enough, no. Ref bump. As soon as the ref bump happened, I knew shenanigans were going to go down. I said, "Oh, ref bump, here we go. Heels are going to win," which I immediately said. But I was like, in my mind, I said, "Come on, are we really going to give it to these guys again?" Sure enough, Creed brothers manager turns on them, pulls out a chair, bam, clocks. I think it was Brutus in the back. It turns on the Creed brothers. Pretty Deadly gets the win. New champs. Your new unified tag champs are Billy and Chuck 2.0, apparently. The British version. So dumb. But I guess they got the heat they needed to by winning that. So it went for the effect they wanted. They were booed.
All right, so they did that, and then we had the next matchup.
Yeah, nobody got a point on that one.
Yeah, I know.
Just a call back to the intro there. Nobody got a point.
So we go to the next matchup, which was Mandy Rose versus Meiko. I always say it wrong. Meiko Satomura versus Blair Davenport in a triple threat match to unify the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT UK Women's Championship. And I missed this one.
Mandy Rose.
What was Mandy Rose wearing?
She was wearing American flag inspired attire, which is why I kept saying God bless America.
Which is also,
by the way,
my prediction.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about the NXT UK Women's Champion. I didn't know anything about them, and I said during the prediction, so you know what? When in doubt, always America, USA, number one, and that's what I did. And what happened? Thank you, Mandy Rose, for listening to my prediction and wearing that ring attire.
And then wearing nothing but the championships.
Oh yeah.
In that picture that
oh yes. Oh man.
I gotta say, Mandy Rose looks amazing. That match wins match of the night just because of her, because it was essentially her versus Meiko Satomura versus Blair Davenport, sporting a Cruella de Vil look. She did the black streak with the bleached blonde hair look.
Okay.
So that's why, but they actually did do some good moves in this match. A lot of back and forth. A lot of near falls, surprisingly. But it ended with Mandy Rose doing, I forgot what it's called. Basically a running knee on both of them while they were both kneeling. And I was just like, oh, okay. It's apparently her finisher, and I think she got the pin on Davenport, but I may be mistaken on that. Maybe she got the pin over one of them. I think it was Davenport.
She pinned Davenport is what I'm reading on my...
Yeah, it was Davenport. And dual champ, undisputed NXT Women's and NXT UK Women's Champion. 2 belts, Mandy.
2 roses.
Oh well, 2 roses wouldn't have covered up what was needed to be covered up with those pictures.
All right, now we go to the next matchup, which was Katana Chance versus and Kaden Carter versus Doudrop and Nikki ASH for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. How'd this one go? Actually, in the prediction, everyone went with KC, 2KC for this one.
Actually, no. Randomizer went spoiler on this one. They said Doudrop and Nikki Ash.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Now, how did this matchup go?
To be honest, the booking was kind of one-sided. Doudrop and Nikki Ash held very strong advantages throughout this.
Really?
And only close to the end did it look like it, because there was a size difference, especially with Doudrop in the win, where she was just demolishing them. But they didn't go with the booking that you would expect, where it's like, oh, whenever Doudrop's in the ring, she's destroying the much smaller competitors. Mm-hmm. And then when Nikki Ash comes in, the comeback starts. Nikki Ash was actually given proper booking and looking like a veteran here. And she didn't look like the weak link on her team.
Okay.
And it was actually Doudrop that actually started making the mistakes, which led to I believe it was Katana Chance. She got the hot tag to tag in Carter. And the finish came when, close to the end of the match, Doudrop was going to go to the middle rope to finish it off. They were going to do some kind of tag team move. And then Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan, and I'm drawing a blank on the other one.
Jane?
I know which. JC Jane. There we go. I may forget your name, but I know exactly what you look like, lady. Don't worry. They came out, caused a distraction. I think it was Nikki came to the outside to fend them off. And it was kind of weird because Katana Chance and Carter aren't exactly they're not exactly booked as heels. They were the faces here, so it doesn't make sense that another heel team would come out to cost the heels the match. But essentially, the logic there was they view it as their tag titles, so they view it as their right to take the titles back from the current champs. So they make a distraction. Doudrop stuck in the ring. She takes a double team move, and she got pinned.
It was a power bomb on Carter hit a power bomb on Doudrop, and Chance delivered a 450 splash to retain the gold.
So the power bomb was, before anybody wonders how that happened. Remember, Doudrop was going to the second rope, so all that happened was Katana Chance just just slid under and did the power bomb.
Okay,
that's what happened.
She didn't have to
Yeah, there was no picking up, because if there was picking up, that would not have happened. No way.
Okay, all right.
No suspension of disbelief would have worked there.
Alrighty, okay, so there we are. NXT champs retain, which again, it made no sense to have Doudrop and Nikki Ash. We know what it was. This is a filler. Like, who do we put? Oh, bring them two down. Okay, bring them two. Okay. Hey, good news.
I mean, you say that, but my understanding is Doudrop and Nikki Ash are going to get a rematch. Okay. They fought Toxic Attraction on NXT this week, and they won for the number one contendership. And I think Doudrop got busted open too.
Oh yeah. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
I want to say this thing. I bet you the booking before all this happened was, hey, aren't you guys from the UK? Or somewhere around there, Doudrop and Nikki Ash. Yeah, we're gonna have that show in Cardiff. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting, right? Yeah, it is. Not for you. You're going to Orlando.
Lou, you got to do it right. You got to do it right if you're gonna do the impression. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are from the UK.
And guess what? You're not going. You're going to Orlando to defend the title match. What?
No, come on. Again, Lou, you got to do the impression right.
UK for no
What
reason.
are you talking about? What are you talking about? I want to go home.
Another way how they burn people from the UK. Like, no respect for anyone from the UK.
You don't even get to lose in your hometown. How about that?
Oh, my God. Yeah, you didn't even get the chance to fight in your hometown to lose. No, you don't even get to go to your hometown. Gosh. Look at that. Out of all the tag teams you could send down there, you sent that one. Anyway, let me get off my
What a bunch of bollocks.
A bunch of bollocks. I'm going to get off my soapbox here. All right, let's go to the next match, which was the main event. The main event. NXT UK Championship main event. It was Braun Breaker versus Tyler Bate to unify the NXT and NXT UK Championship. How did this one go, Ricard?
So, one man band. This actually, when I was watching it, I was actually getting a feel that we might see, because main event Jeff went out on a limb here.
Oh, yeah.
And he said Tyler Bates was going to win.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, they had the tropes in there that you normally call out. Braun Breaker came out first. So that kind of like raised an eyebrow for me. I was like, hold on a second. And then Tyler Bates, before coming out, they did a compilation package where he's walking. They show, like, it's clearly edited in. He's walking along the backstage to go to the curtain to go out, and you see along the wall projections of past champions winning. It's when Tyler Bates first won it. It's when Pete Dunne won it.
Oh, wow.
When Walter won it. When Dragunov won it. When Tyler Bates won it back again. All of that they showed in a montage. They give it all the gravitas, everything. How much it means for Tyler Bates to win. Tyler Bates comes out, and the fans go nuts. They actually wanted Tyler Bates to win. The fans were completely behind him. All of it. The crowd, the entry, the entrance order, and the gravitas of the entrance. All of it was indicating Tyler Bates is going to win.
But no.
And, yeah, basically no. All of that huff, all of that puff, and still the walls came crumbling down for Tyler Bates.
All right, so there we go. We had Braun Breaker win this one, retain, and let's see. Yeah. Well, again, Braun Breaker with a spear to win this one and get the pin on Tyler Bate. And a lot of that, I didn't have to complain to main event Jeff. I did do a lot of bold picks over here because he did go a lot of bold picks on.
So his reasoning was actually very similar to yours, Lou, on how you normally go about this. He said he thought Braun Breaker was going to go to the main roster, or transfer to Raw or SmackDown. So what better way than to start easing him towards that by getting the title off of him? And that was his logic. He also had the same logic for Mandy Rose losing.
Yeah.
Heck no. Oh. Heck no. I want Mandy Rose to hold that title forever.
Smart man.
So yeah, there we are. NXT Worlds Collide. It was an afternoon event, premium live event from WWE for NXT, and I don't know. I have nothing else to say. I mean, except for all those NXT UK guys, you're fired.
Nah. That's not why you ended off on. You ended off with this.
They were all fired.
You ended off.
They're gone.
Lou, this is how you end it. God bless America and God bless Mandy Rose.